Hello, how are you? Today we are going to talk to you about Alfonsín's presidency. First of all, we want to talk about who he was.
Alfonsín. He was born in Chascomús on November 2nd, 1951, being the third of 6 children of Raúl Ricardo Alfonsín and María Lorenza Barreneche. He graduated as a teacher from the Normal School of Chascomús and as a lawyer from the University of Buenos Aires. During the military dictatorship, 1976-1983, he was a civic education teacher in secondary schools and also worked as a salesperson for industrial lathe wicks. He was married to Cecilia Plaruti, with whom he had 5 children: Lucia, Martín, Marcos, Ricardo, and Amparo. The second child was born in June 1986 but passed away a month later, and the youngest child died in a school accident in September 2004 at the age of 15, which caused Ricardo Alfonsín to temporarily step away from politics. Alfonsín was an Argentine lawyer, politician, statesman, and promoter of human rights. He served as a councilman, provincial deputy, national senator, and president of Argentina from 1983 to 1989.
Raul Alfonsín, after the 1983 elections, assumed the position of President of the nation, with which the civil-military decision, called the military reorganization process, ended. His term was between 1983 and 1989. His management is known mainly for the completion of the trial of the juntas, as well as the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Argentina and Chile, and the agreements with Brazil that led to the formation of Mercosur. Alfonsín began his government with the slogan, "With democracy, you eat, you heal, and you educate." Its economic policy was marked by a very high external debt that defaulted in 1988, high inflation that became hyperinflation on May 14, 1989, and a stagnant economy that was reduced from a GDP of $103,000 million in 1983 to $76,000 million in 1989. He handed over control to the justicialist Carlos Menem in 1989, in advance in the middle of an inflationary process, $103.76 billion. During Alfonsín's presidency, Argentina experienced many important changes and events. The most important were the restoration of democracy, judicial reform, decentralization of power, economic opening, and disinflation. In addition, Alfonsín's government is recognized for addressing the dictatorship and the search for justice for crimes against humanity. Additionally, Alfonsín's government saw a strong focus on human rights and efforts to curb drug trafficking and illegal drug use.
After his term, Raúl Alfonsín retired from active politics and dedicated himself to academic activities and writing books. He also continued to be an influential figure in the Argentine political sphere. In addition to his retirement from active politics, Raúl Alfonsín founded the Konrad Adenauer Foundation in Argentina, which promotes democracy and human rights. He also participated in international conferences and events, providing his experience in Argentina's democratic transition. Alfonsín died in 2009, leaving an important legacy in the political history of Argentina.
Some of the events that marked the mandate were: trial of the juntas, the trial of the military junta that had governed during the last military dictatorship was carried out. It was an important step for the consolidation of democracy and the search for justice.